Hey guys, so I have a twofer case for you today, and it's an adoption story. So welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So our client did an Ancestry DNA test. She was adopted in Arkansas, and she wanted to learn who both of her biological parents were. She says, I wanted to figure out this to get a piece of my history given to me that was stolen from me when I was adopted out. I want to know my medical history. I want to be able to tell my children and grandchildren where our family comes from and what our names are. So happy to help you. Let's get started. I look at her DNA matches, and she's got a half sibling match. She's got a 1900 centimorgan match. And I was like, have you talked to this person yet? She's like, man, I have contacted him so many times. I've sent him more than a dozen emails and messages, and it's crickets each time. I'm not getting anything back. So we do what we do best. We were able to track down who this DNA match was, and we called him on the phone. Hey, did you happen to do an Ancestry DNA test? Is this you? Yada, yada, yada. He was like, yeah, I did that a couple of years ago. I was adopted and I don't know who my birth parents are, and I thought maybe it would lead me to them, and it didn't. So I just forgot about it. Why? What do you mean? Why? How did you know? We told him who we were, what we were doing. We were helping another client who looks like to be a half sister to him, who was also adopted. He was adopted in Oklahoma. She was adopted in Arkansas. And so we were able to get a little bit of puzzle pieces together for both of them and get them in connection with each other. So this is the first biological family member they have ever been in contact with. So that was big, big news. They were super happy, even if we didn't find their biological parents, that they were able to connect. We started getting the DNA matches into the tree, and it was a little bit difficult with the most recent common ancestors because a lot of these people had 2 and 3 spouses, and so trying to navigate all of those branches and to look at each one to see where we had DNA, where we didn't have DNA. We had to use some stop signs in there to like, stop, we have no DNA on this line, ignore this spouse, and continue on with the other one. So it took a little bit of time to poke through everything to get everything sorted and everything attached correctly to the biological lines. So the lines that those 2 people connected on were their paternal lines. They shared the same biological father, and this man was a Cherokee citizen. He was actually native, and he comes from a very rough and tumble family. We could find all kinds of articles for them from all over Oklahoma. Prison records, criminal records, somebody was unalived by their wife, like very, very dramatic, rough and tumble kind of family. So we gave him all that information. This gentleman actually was no longer living, but he had a son that was living, and so we gave him contact information for that son, and that son was not having it. He didn't want nothing to do with it. He didn't care. He was cordial, but he just was like, I don't really care to revisit any of this. We don't know what happened. We can assume that he didn't have a great childhood, and maybe that's why he was kind of just like, I don't want nothing to do with this. I'm sorry, I can't help you. We were able to find some photos to give to both of these people of their biological father's line, and thanks to some of those cousins that were connected via the DNA matches, they had some photos, and we were able to share those with our clients. And so yeah, not a super happy story, except for a half brother and a half sister got to connect with each other and build a really strong bond, and is the only biological family still to this day that they've ever met. They have a whole family tree. They know where they come from. They know their history now. So that's a plus in this case. But that's it for today. Don't forget to hit like, follow, and share, and I'll see you guys later. Bye guys.